23rd Big Bear Classic, sponsored by Disc Golf Park and PDGA Canada. Also brought to you by Park Pro. Join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah. For as little as a cup of coffee a month.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to do that right now. Tick, 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 tick. Click.
You said you were going to do it before, though.
Oh, no, that was leaving a comment. This was subscribing.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do it now. Anyway, we're on to the back nine of round 2. The course just gets crazier.
Yeah.
The holes have more teeth. The players are getting a little bit tired from lunch, but still really good action. The views are incredible.
And then they just give you some of the hardest holes on the course on this back nine.
Yeah. Ben Loggains, Scott Jameson, Scott Beuker, and Thomas Kuhn.
It's like Scott Beuker's got the hot round of the card after 9 holes. Ben Loggains started out well, then ran into some trouble later on in the front 9. Scott Jameson just kind of keeping her steady. Thomas Kuhn just kind of keeping her steady.
Yep.
We got 3 people at -6. It's going to be an interesting finish on this back 9, I think.
More people jumping around the leaderboard. Can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Let's get started with hole 10.
Hole 10. This is a fun one. 341 feet, and you've got a weird S shape. You got to get up and around to the right past these trees. And then you got to have your disc flatten out. We're talking for right-handers, obviously. Flatten out and then push straight further uphill to get over this little ridge here towards the green. A very specific shot, very technical shot, very challenging. This hole doesn't give up a lot of birdies, and you can find bogey pretty easily on this one. So,
yep, definitely in play. So basically, the safe play is put it right up the middle of the fairway, land it safe, pitch up for the par. You're good to go. Yep. Or you do this.
This is a pretty safe play.
Yep.
It's gonna get around the bend, and he's gonna have an easy up and down from there.
Yep. You're safe. You just don't want to go into the right-hand stuff because there's a hill. It just drops down. And so in order to pitch up, you're sometimes fighting through really tiny gaps.
Yep.
Tough tree kick off the front. That's another common one as well. So you can see those poor trees. But at least that'll give a nice upshot to the green.
Those trees all had branches when this course was installed.
Yeah.
No.
I would love to interview some of those trees just to see what they say.
Yeah.
Maybe not the nicest things, but
we saw it in the intro too. This course for a long time, I believe this was a Craig Burrows Johnson specialty from way back in the day, I think in the 90s, and it had the old CBJ baskets on it, and they upgraded to disc golf park baskets in 2019, just before the pandemic hit, and made a huge difference on this course. No shade thrown to the old CBJs. They did a great job. But the chains were starting to get a little rusty. The CBJs would give you some crazy elliptical spit outs. And I like the disc golf park equipment out here. Looks slick, the blue baskets. It takes this course to another level, I think.
Yeah. Only thing that they're missing, those nice koozies around the bottom of it. You know how whenever you see the ads for it, they have those like the bands that match the bands?
Yeah, maybe for next year, Maddie Reardon, think about it. Get some koozies out there.
Yeah, you could have them make a different sound than the basket. So you could have a B sharp and maybe an A flat.
Yeah, sure.
Sound great. Anyway, let's get back to the action.
Yeah.
Guys,
everybody's
drives,
lobbing
approaches.
up for birdie here. Nobody quite makes it. And this is your longest for par, I think.
Yeah.
Puts it in.
Mountains in the background.
Yeah, you go through the trees and you think about this like a spruce forest, and then you get out into a bit of a clearing, and then you remember, oh yeah, we're in the middle of the Rocky Mountains.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful hiking. Lots of trails around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And disc golf.
Yeah.
Ben just cleaning up his par.
Yep. Par's not terrible on this hole. A lot of pars on this hole. Not a lot of birdies. Scott taking his time. Wants to make sure.
Making sure that par frame secured. Moving on to hole 11. The journey through the trees. This almost looks like you're walking towards a haunted forest, towards an abandoned cabin.
Sure.
It really does. But we're just going to a disc golf basket. So you want to pump it drive flat and straight and hopefully land at the base of the tree that the drone is coming towards. And then it should just skid over towards the hole. That's kind of where you want to be. Most cases, that's not what happens. Usually it kicks on a tree and goes left. kicks the tree and goes right. And if you're lucky, it kicks a tree and just falls right back into the fairway with a bit of an upshot. But rollaways, definitely, you just want to be touchy with your approaches on this one.
Yeah. I'm thinking lead card on day 2. I think we're going to see some better shots than day 1 or round 1. Oh, that had the right shape. It was just a little bit too far left.
Yeah, quite a few birdies on this hole, but the bogeys and doubles are also creeping in as well. So hole played just a little bit above par, 3.06.
Yep.
I think if my memory or my brain calculated it correctly, just definitely not looking at a screen.
Mostly thanks to getting a kick way off into the woods. We saw in the first round, if you get out into the woods, it is a challenge getting back. But
oh, this looks great.
This is not a challenge for Scott Beuker.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, this is lead card showing why it's in lead card.
Ben throwing that yellow disc again.
Doesn't love it.
Doesn't love it.
Doesn't blame him.
Switches to a purple disc for his approach.
That's a putter, and that doesn't have a lot of fade at the end. He's going to have a tester.
Where is the... Oh, Scott's aiming at a small gap.
Yeah, he's just over on the right. And he just wants that to come to a skidding stop, and it gets a ramp bounce instead.
What's going on here?
Oh, we're watching Thomas from behind here.
Oh,
We're getting
interesting.
creative with the camera angles is what we're doing.
Yeah, it looked like you're a fan that just wanted to catch up and watch lead card.
That's sort of what it looks like.
Yeah.
If you ever want to follow disc golfers around at a professional tournament, you absolutely can. It's almost always free here in Canada. I believe it's always free. I think maybe the Discmania Open out in PEI this year is the first time that there will be tickets sold to a Canadian disc golf tournament for viewing. But if there's a disc golf tournament near you, you can go out and watch it. You can follow the MPO card, the FPO card.
Scott's saying, guys, quit talking about that. I'm trying to make a putt here.
Yeah. After he sort of got the wrong end of one of those bounces earlier in the round, this one sticks for him, and his heart jumped up into his throat for a half a second.
But it was in.
But it was in.
And then just get out. Get out while you still can.
So yeah, get out and watch disc golf.
Reactions. So good.
It's always the short ones, too, that really give you the most stress when they start hitting band and things like that.
Yep.
Hole 12. This is a fun one. Yep. It's 328 feet, so the distance isn't going to give you trouble, but it's really the shape that your disc cuts through the fairway. You want something that gets around the corner and then somehow magically flips up after it's turned the corner, or you can throw a flexi forehand through the gap. You're sort of playing for position on the green almost. You just don't want it to go down the hill towards that second basket on the left. You want it to stay up where you have a putt, even if it's a 35, 40-foot putt. That's better than being in trouble either deep or off one of the sides.
I hated this hole. This was probably my... I wouldn't say hate. Hate's a bad word.
Yeah.
I disliked this hole for the longest time, and then, once you kind of start to enjoy the challenge of it, this is one of the ones I've really liked coming out to this course and playing a few times.
Yeah.
And if you can just launch a disc like nicely straight down the fairway.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little unlucky on the speed there, but that was exactly the kind of line that you want to throw on it.
Yeah.
Just flip something up and have it ride straight as long as possible.
Yeah. Ben.
That's terrible. Not the throw. The result is terrible. That's worst case scenario for Ben out there.
And Scott, is he going to flip this up? It looks like it's going to.
I think he's done it.
Wow.
What a throw.
That is optimal.
Yeah. Almost as good as we saw from Coda in the first round there. Feels good to get this one close.
It really does.
And Ben is in trouble. And he is still in trouble. And he did not bite off enough distance on that second shot. See the basket at least, but it doesn't mean you can get there.
Going for another one of those.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, just a terrible kickoff of the drive. Really bad luck for Ben there, but hopefully he can get in there for a bogey.
Nice up for Scott.
Oh, he's left with way more than he was hoping over here. but that's how you do it.
Wow.
That's a great
What's
shot
up,
from Ben.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll take a deep breath. He'll put out. He'll remember that he's played out here a million times.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get back on it.
He'll have one more crack at this hole tomorrow.
Yep.
Thomas for birdie.
Step putt from down the hill.
Getting
Long day. 2 rounds in Canmore. You start getting a little squirrely sometimes.
Halloween is still like, what, 6 months away? Practicing scaring people?
Great birdie by Scott Jameson.
Yep. Wonderful.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Scott Jameson's just a joy to watch chuck backhands through tight gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got really good form, too. That's one of the first things I noticed is that just textbook backhand form, fan grip.
Nice control.
Yeah.
He's got more control in his glasses, though.
Yeah.
He's got more control than Matteo. I like his style.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. After 12 holes, Scott Beuker is now in the lead.
Whoa.
This leaderboard is going to keep changing. I promise you. Noah Higgins and Scott Jameson 1 stroke back. Nate Donau, Eric Lowen 2 strokes back, tied for 4th. Then we got another couple of people at 4 down. We got Tristan Piska. Ben Loggains 4 over for the round so far. He is losing ground fast. He's going to have to stop the bleeding as soon as possible out there.
Yep. So, to do it, hole 13.
Yeah.
Par 4. Little layup around the corner. Just down this little gap. It looks easier than it looks easy. It's not.
It's a tight gap off the tee, too. It's
Yep.
a little bit tighter than it looks on camera.
Yep.
You don't really have a ton of room to play with. Like, you can't hyzer it into the landing spot necessarily.
Yeah. A lot of folks like to do a forehand. If you're a right hand person, you want to do a bit of a hyzer. Hopefully that skips a little bit around, but still making the corner is a little bit tough because that corner comes into play. Backhand, my choice is I'd like to throw it low and just let it skid up to the corner. But then again, you've got the trees on the far left that could eat it up, and those Mando trees in the front.
Yeah.
Those are always in your mind when you throw those. This is optimal as long as it slows down.
That is absolutely
That's what you
perfect
want.
from Scott Jameson.
That is
yeah.
absolutely perfect. Now you've got a nice little touchy approach.
Yeah. Beuker's going to show us the forehand line.
yeah, okay.
Nice low, hoping for a skip, but he's going to just get caught by
Oh,
that
yeah.
corner.
I see they installed some new trees in the corner
Yeah.
just to catch 100 years early. But
Do you
they were-
install trees? I've never heard that term.
yeah. Disc golf park, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of the skip play. The thing about the forehand is if you... Oh, wow. As and almost gets
Oh,
through.
man.
If you get through past that landing zone, though, you're at the bottom of the hill. So you bite off a little bit more forward distance, but then you're kind of...
Vertically, you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
Getting something to turn over or go straight, it pans out a little bit earlier than expected.
Yeah.
This looks like you're just spying on him as he's...
Yeah, he's going with the tomahawk through the gap. You hear a tree.
Looks like he made it
He's
pretty
looking
far.
for it. Yeah, it was a far off tree, it sounded like.
Yeah.
And here we go. Can Scott capitalize off of the ideal
It's
drive?
going right.
Going a little inside.
But it looked like it fought through
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's going
What?
to get knocked down to maybe just outside the circle's edge.
Boy, that made it farther than I thought.
Yep.
Nice shot.
And this is the challenge when you're down that hill. But it's not that much of a challenge for like Ben Loggains. What a shot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Thomas also looking like he's going to try and dunk it.
Yeah. Kind of turn it into what often happens out here, which is that it really turns into a 3-shot par 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Beuker, let's see where he ended up. He's got to reach out with this forehand. Looks like he bit off a fair bit of distance.
He ended up on the left-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he would have hit a little bit. I thought he would have stayed on the right.
Yeah, the tomahawk got through pretty clean, it looks like.
No kidding.
For the big birdie.
Oh,
No.
does it sit down? It does.
Opportunity lost, but pretty stress-free par. Not the end of the world. And there we go.
He's back.
He is back. I think I see a bit of relief on his face.
I think so too.
He's got a poker face, but I see a bit of relief.
Ooh. Cage again. Those cage, whoever's paying those cages to block discs, they are making money like crazy today.
Yeah.
For par.
Yeah, looks like the card is going to get in basically at par on this hole. So, pretty good. And the birdie from Ben is a big deal for his round because he was going in the wrong direction for a while. And he sort of did it an unconventional way here, tossing it a little bit too far right into the gully. And we get to watch his reaction to this drive. Going. Oh.
All right.
Could have been worse. Ben is just such a beauty. Okay, hole 14.
Big
Just soak it up.
hole.
Just soak it up. This is Canmore at its finest out here.
It really is.
A couple of different routes. Forehand down the left-hand side. Just smash it straight and let it finish at the end towards the basket. Big right-hand backhand over all the trees on the right. 382 feet, but it is downhill, so it probably plays like 360-ish, roughly. And you just want to get it to land somewhere near the basket here, and hopefully you're not behind a spruce tree.
Yeah. You see the top of that tree? It's actually pointing to where the basket is. Very clever course design.
Extremely clever. They installed that in the exact right spot, that tree.
Just information for the folks, they installed steel pine cones at the top to bend that tree in the correct location.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a giant lie, but
Okay.
wouldn't that be great if that was a thing?
Yeah.
Ben looks like he's flexing a forehand.
That is an overstable disc
Wow.
to flex back. He put some pretty serious turn on that thing.
Nice shot, though.
Yeah.
He'll have a look.
And Scott, as you saw on his player card, real backhand guy.
Eyeing up that right side.
He's got no problem with the distance
That
getting it out
looks
there.
a little high. It has to drop.
It does
Oh, yeah.
drop at the last minute.
Yeah.
He's going to have an obstructed putt most likely on that side.
Thomas, the camera work is really making me guess. Oh, forehand. Of course he's lining up a forehand.
Yeah. Be a little inside, but
Whoa,
oh, wow, he sneaks through.
beautiful. Great shot, Thomas.
Yeah. After a few pars in a row, I think Thomas is hungry for a birdie.
Yeah. And Scott.
Gives it all the width. That's the amount of width that you want to see on this forehand, I think.
Yeah.
Just gets back. He's going to be 43 and a half feet short, I would say. Maybe 50. Hard to say. It's in his range, though.
Ooh, nice run.
Yeah.
Yeah, stopped.
He's got a real solid stepper. Let's see where Scott Jameson ended up here.
Under a mountain. That's where he ended up.
Yeah, he did not make it back far enough. I thought he'd be a little bit closer than that.
Still not bad. You have a gap going through there. Some of those spruce trees, they can really clog you up pretty quickly for your approach. Ben!
Another birdie.
Choo-choo!
Yep.
All aboard the birdie train.
Yeah, it's good to see get some momentum back. This course can give you some highs and lows out there, and you just got to stick with it, no matter how many bogeys you get.
Because they're coming.
Ben's doing a great job of that. Beuker's going to want that one back. It's tough to give up a 3-putt on this one, especially if you can see the basket there like he could. And Jameson with the par. Thanks again, PDGA Canada, for making all this possible. We're loving it out here. We're hoping that you guys are enjoying the views, because it's one of the prettiest courses we're going to get to film all year.
What?
So I feel very fortunate.
What? Wait, what? Where all these discs come from? They can't do this. They can't do that on a tournament round, Matt. What happened?
This is the firing range.
Oh, the firing range. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Apparently took me by surprise. If this also took you by surprise,
Hole 15 took you by surprise.
Leave a note in the comments. Yeah, hole 15, 292 feet. You want to push that disc out nice and straight, pushing that tree line on the right-hand side, and then just as it's running out of juice, settling back down, hyzering out, nestling next door to the basket.
Yep.
Lefties, I think just a gentle turnover maybe.
Probably, yeah,
Something
more
like
so
that?
than a forehand, I would say.
Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of the ideal shot shape. If I'm wrong, which I'm probably wrong, leave a note in the comment section again.
Yeah.
Like to learn from him.
Couple of straight birdies here for Ben. This is one of those pretty birdieable holes. He's going to sneak through most of the way. Obstructed putt through those trees. We might get to see another run through the 2 guardian trees. This shape looks way better for Thomas.
This looks really good.
And he's going to get...
He's in the same
He's going to
spot.
get to putt through the gap again for us on camera.
Now he's just showing off.
Yeah. Oh, this one's staying out straight.
This one looks nice. Is it going to fight through the tree?
That is exactly the shot. Scott Jameson.
And Scott...
Beuker's sitting on a couple of bogeys in a row, kind of going in the other direction. This looks pretty good too, but it's just going to fall in a little bit early. We'll see how those tree branches treat him. Going to have a chance at a birdie, though. And Ben does not have the gap. He's going to have to hyzer this thing around a tree. So close. Yep. I feel you. You make an almost miraculous putt, and you just get caged out. It feels like that.
Yep.
High, put in the basket.
Yep.
He's had an adventure on the putting green.
He really has.
Yep.
This is the same putt from the first round.
It's exactly the same putt. And he does it again.
This guy. He looked the same too. I think he had a... Did he take his sweater off at that point? I think this was the hole before that. He got into that yellow shirt too, so...
Unbelievable park job there. Scott Jameson.
Can you guys do a side-by-side of Thomas Kuhn making that putt 2 in a row?
Not anymore.
Oh, right. That's a good point.
We record this after we finish editing the video, Jeremy.
Well, I was just hoping I was guessing. Hopefully, maybe that was something you guys did as bonus content, like right afterwards.
No.
You threw a bunch.
Scott Jameson parked the hole, so we get to see the glasses off. Slow-mo replay of him
Guiding that disc with his eyes towards the basket.
Yeah. And do we have a new leader?
Noah Higgins. Of course we do. Wow. Then it changes hands again. Well, yeah, Noah and Scott tied at -7. Kyle and Scott. The Scotts have been separated. Ooh, was that the first time in first
I
time
think so,
yeah. Nate and Thomas Kuhn -5, as well as Ben Loggains. Eric Lowen hanging in there.
Yeah, he's just hanging in there.
Yeah. Eric Lowen, just I think ever since the first round, ever since you started posting those, he's been quietly just kind of hanging out.
He's been lurking.
Having a cup of tea or coffee and just kind of watching the course go by.
Heck yeah. Hole 16, the epic 16th hole here, down the valley, back up the valley, 469 feet. It is an absolute crush. It asks you to take out a distance driver, but the shape of the hole doesn't really ask for a distance driver. So you got to decide if you want to bite off more distance and risk slipping out to the left-hand side down the hill or hitting a tree on the right-hand side. Do you lay up? I know Eric Lowen, speaking of Eric Lowen, he just likes laying up down to the bottom of the hill, I'm pretty sure. He'll throw a putter down the hill, so you never get a big roll away, and just throw a forehand up there and walk away with your par. Easy peasy.
Lots of bogeys and double bogeys as a possibility out here.
Yep. This shape is really nice, though. This is exactly what you want to do. And he makes it up to that landing zone below the basket.
That looked like he barely put anything on that.
That's what Smoothie Kuhn does.
Wow.
TK. Textbook. And Jameson following the same line here. If it gets clean, it doesn't quite get clean.
Did it stay on the fairway or did it kick hard left? Hopefully it kept going.
Yeah.
Scott.
Following the same line. This is kind of the ideal line that all 3 of these guys have gone down.
Oh yeah, that's
and
good.
it's just you got a couple of trees to beat if you're gonna push it through the right hand gap there, but it's your best chance of getting to that secondary landing zone just below the basket.
And Ben's going for it. My guess.
Yeah, for sure he is.
I'm assuming he's throwing one of his wraiths.
Wow, that's got
he can
just the
absolutely
right amount
cook it.
of time.
Oh man. Nice try, Ben.
Yep. He's got some work to do at the bottom of the hill.
Boy, that does it justice right there.
Yeah. It is a no joke upshot that he just pulled off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott didn't end up too bad.
No.
And a really good upshot.
Great way to play the hole.
Easy par. And the other Scott, he's going to give this, I think, one of his patented steppers. Maybe a jump. Good line.
Yep.
Good line. It's significantly uphill for these guys, though. And Thomas Kuhn with the birdie on 16.
Thomas Kuhn, put your hand up, buddy. You're one of the guys that birdied the hole this weekend.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hats off. I don't think there were a lot of birdies out there.
No.
In fact, I know there weren't a lot of birdies. Now that everyone shot a second time. Thomas Kuhn and Kyle Wiens from Saskatchewan, the only birdies on the day here on 16. Well done, both of you.
Yeah. Put your hands up.
Yeah.
Up in the air like you just don't care and like you just birdied hole 16.
Yeah. Benny Buckets, unfortunately, with that kick, took him a little bit too far down the hill. Couldn't quite make it back for the par. And look at this.
Daggers.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. Looking it all the way into the basket.
Yep. Knew it was in right off the bat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love to see it. Talented player.
Look at that. Look at that walk. Just like, yep.
Yeah, of course I just birdied that.
Yep. So hole 17, after that little adventure, hole 17, nice downhill. Again, it's like throwing a tunnel. Just straight downhill, you want to throw a mid or a fairway driver, or if you got the power, a putter. Just flat, hard, let it go as far as it can, hug that tree line, and then just let it fade out towards the green.
And it's blind, so it's usually you're just waiting to hear the reactions from the people that are on hole 18 steep pad.
Yeah, you've hyzered out too much when you heard what? Hey.
Yeah. But sometimes you'll get some claps from down the hill, and it feels really good. I like the line on this one. It just stays off of those trees. Yeah. No, I take it back. I don't like the line on that one.
Did he make it through enough, though?
And that was after a turkey from Thomas.
This looks nice.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Plenty of width. Plenty of time to get back.
Man.
Beautiful shot by Scott.
Wow. I'm sure the basket gets buzzed every once in a while, but that was in danger.
Yeah. And pulls it inside.
He's going to get a
Not
favorable
ideal by Beuker. We'll see what kind of gap he's got down there. Man, look at this colorful scorecard he's had today. He has just been all over the place. Some of the best shots we've seen. Some disastrous tree kicks.
Oh, and add that one to the list of nice shots. It
hits a root.
Back off a root.
Yep. Might be adding another green color. All right, Beuker is up the hill, and he does not have a lot to work with.
Oh, boy. He chopped all those trees down just to...
yeah, I don't think that's allowed. I
don't think that's allowed, yeah.
We didn't get it on camera, though, so...
We had a bit of a delay.
Yeah, Thomas, if this sits down... Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Great upshot.
I can't remember. This was... Hole 17, on 17, it was about... Were we getting in on 8 o'clock at night? The light looks like it's starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting a little dusky.
Oh,
and
Ben, missing that birdie.
Yep, that was rough. But that was not rough.
Nope.
Scott Jameson, just textbook birdie on this one.
-8 now.
Yeah, he's heating up. Great par save by Thomas. Beuker's going to want that one back. That did not go how he drew it up on the tee pad for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll get that one back tomorrow.
Yep.
Or in round 3.
Yeah. Yep. Love those disc golf park baskets out there. All right, here we go. Hole 18, the round ruiner, the fan lover. I don't know what to say. If you're not playing this hole, it's great times. If you are playing this hole, it can be pretty gnarly sometimes. You got to throw uphill as straight as possible. It looks like there's a bunch of room, but there really isn't. You just got to little bit of an anhyzer to sort of keep it going up the hill and staying on the path. You can bank it off the hill, but you are risking rolling all the way across the path down to the right-hand side. It's just danger everywhere on this hole.
And
constant danger.
Bear path. People have seen bears walking on hole 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, in previous years.
That'll get your adrenaline going.
Yeah.
This one's maybe a little bit overturned by Scott. Yeah, doesn't quite make it back.
Not the right side.
This hole played quite a bit over par.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the hardest hole on the course. That is beautiful by Thomas.
Now it just has to bounce off that wall, and
yeah,
that's nice.
That's about as good as you want on this one.
Thing you're watching is that you just don't want to hit those the poles that are sort of holding up the retaining wall, because you could get a nasty kick off one of those.
Yeah.
But if it just hits and falls, nothing, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, the whole way up this hole, you really don't know what's going to happen to your disc until it has come completely to rest. So it is just absolutely nerve-wracking the whole way. Does this one stay up on the hill for him? Wow.
Like it did.
Yeah.
Thought it might have trickled down.
He's probably going to have awkward footing no matter what here. Beuker also overturns it a little bit, but kicks back to the fairway.
Oh, no way.
Okay.
Okay.
Gets a little bit of luck after that rough hole 17, and wow. Ben's way up there.
Had to rock climb his way up to the top.
But he's got the airspace.
Is there people playing on the green?
Yeah, I think he was pretty far back, though.
Oh, okay.
I think he was further away than it looked.
Okay.
Ben's a safe player. He doesn't throw when there's people in front of him.
No.
Beuker, does he take advantage of the slightly lucky break here?
Oh.
Yeah, see, this is the danger. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice lucky kick.
Yeah, you don't want to be pulling that card too often, because one time you're going to get the rollaway of all rollaways, and Jameson has nothing but a pitch out from there.
The trees, they're so skinny, but there's a lot of them in the way that there's just not a fighting chance of getting back out.
Yep. All right.
You know, not the worst play in the world.
Forward progress.
Yeah, you know, and you give yourself a little bit more airspace.
Yeah.
And you're up to a pitch up. And is this
has
gonna
to get really lucky, and it does.
What?
That is lucky.
Wow, great shot.
You gotta ask for it.
All right. Beuker's just trying to end this roller coaster of a hole. Get it up there, stick, stop.
Oh, and this is...
And he does.
Oh, death putt coming back, though.
Yeah. Ben's hoping for the same thing. No, he's just...
What?
Wow.
Okay. Well, now he's just showing off.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the awkward footing here. 1 foot above the other on a hill. You really can't rotate your body when you're up there, because your foot's jammed into this retaining wall, so you can't get that nice follow through with your lead foot up there. So it makes for some really awkward standstills.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Sat down nicely.
He was committed to the putt. You like to see that. Strong follow through, plenty of power on it.
Well, Ben saves a par.
Yep.
Nice work.
And
Wait, what happened?
Thomas Kuhn.
Did that?
Low and left, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know if that rode the rim.
Yeah. Your arm's getting tired by this point, 2 rounds out here, and that's pretty easy to do, is just leave it a little bit low and left on an uphill putt like that. And Scott Jameson, after taking the lead at 8 down, falls a couple back. That can happen here on 18. Thomas really would have liked the birdie there. That would have been an unbelievable birdie for him, but
Nope, that would have been 2 unbelievable birdies.
yeah.
16 and 18 in one go.
Yeah. And that is round 2. On your screen on the right-hand side, there is your FPO winner for the weekend, Emily Gagelin. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations.
Everybody else that played on the FPO side. And we have our final round lead card here. Coming out of nowhere from Saskatchewan, Kyle Wiens at 7 down. We got Thomas Kuhn and Scott Jameson at 6 down, and Noah Higgins sneaking his way in to the lead card there at 5 down. Beuker and Loggains and Donauer and Lowen and Redekop and Piska, we're all hanging around the top 10 there. And very special shout out to the hot round of the day. In MA2, Jordan Oudenarden shot a hotter round than anybody in MA1 or MPO from the same tee pads. So what a day for Jordan out there. Well done. Please check us out on Patreon.
Jordan, I hope you let everyone at that tournament know how good of a round that was.
Yeah, that is sick.
Nice work.
Stay tuned. Round 3's insane. You're really not going to want to miss it.